I think I'm better than you, and I think Nate chose you for a reason, and I think everyone knows that.
What do you mean?
Even in here.
But what have you done to prove that you're better than me?
I don't know. Went toe to toe 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time. What do you think happens if you fight Floyd Mayweather?
I would knock him out,
Bro.
100%.
Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
You think because you lost a fight to Floyd Mayweather that you're better than me at boxing?
I yielded, bro, and I'm tired of not being picked because you're an easier fight.
Is that what you really think in your head?
I'm Jay.
I think
You had your chance with Tommy. You did. You had it, right? I have not. I've not gotten to eat at all. They are avoiding me. They are avoiding me or picking someone else, and that's obnoxious. And everyone secretly knows why. No one wants to say it.
I think you just want to beat Tommy to be able to say that you're better than me at boxing. But I think that's more so what it sounded like it is. But it's crazy for you to think that people are avoiding you.
But Nate chose you over me.
No.
Why would Nate do that?
But Ariel Helwani asked him to his face. And he said because his brother hasn't fought anyone in a real fight. He hasn't knocked out any MMA fighters. He wanted the most real, professional, legitimate fight. That's what he said. A lot of revenue.
I don't buy it.
What do you mean you don't buy?
I just don't think that.
It's more legitimate. We have a better production. We are doing it on a consistent basis. I'm active. You're inactive. You don't have the momentum in the fight world. You're not as respected as a fighter. You haven't won knockout of the year. You haven't won breakout athlete of the year. You haven't done any of these things.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you think that he would go?
No, they want the biggest fight. They want the biggest fight.
It would still be the biggest fight, and you know that, bro.
No. That's why none of these. That's why
I
you're
have
not
like one of the top 10 grossing biggest fights ever. What are you talking about?
And
Do you know what I'm
relationships,
saying?
bro. Like people don't like to work with your team. People hate your team.
I could say the same thing.
They hate your team.
Okay, let's
You
chill
could
out.
you could
Let's-
but you
let's chill out.
could say that you could say the same thing, but the evidence doesn't show that. So it's like
Let's chill out. You have a fight coming up. Let's talk about it again after that fight. We're going in circles here, and it's getting personal. And
No. I disagree.
what is your mind telling you about this KSI versus Tommy Fury fight?
yeah, I mean it's not a real fight because it's an exhibition, like first and
Hold on a
foremost.
second.
It doesn't count. No, it doesn't
Yeah, but
count.
it's still a real
He's not
fight.
doing any. It's not a professional fight though. So to
But
me, it
it's
doesn't
still a
matter.
real fight.
It doesn't matter though. It's like it's an exhibition. It's like it doesn't go on anyone's records. The stakes aren't as high because of that.
If he stops KSI, I'm going for Tommy's throat. I love that vengeance storyline.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna finish him off first. I gotta handle that business first.
We'll see, bro, because you definitely sniped the Nate Diaz fight from me, and I've been so lenient in giving you your opponents, and I think it's.
But it's not your option to give me my opponents. You haven't fought anyone. You don't fight. You don't fight real fights. It's just not your option to give me my opponents. You're not even a fighter. Like you do exhibitions and lost like 4 years ago. So it's not your option to like give me my fights. That me and Nate Diaz have been talking about that for years, and then you popped up and were like, "No, now it's my turn. I want that fight," and then start talking, and then try to like get the fight in Saudi Arabia, like on the microphone, and like trying to like jump in on all of these things.
Nikisa banned DAZN from mentioning or bringing in Prime to the stadium. They said I would get kicked out if I brought a Prime bottle. That's ridiculous, dude. Do you think I would ever ban you from promoting any of your any of my events? That's ridiculous.
Wait, that's because of who the partner, the competing
Dog,
partner was
Marcos
for the event.
texted us 4 times with stipulations listed out, paragraphs.
Yeah, get over it. Like, and
Dude,
meanwhile,
come on, I'm your brother building a
oh
business.
yeah, you're my brother building a business. You love to play both sides,
who's
bro.
yielding
What's
here?
what other
You
side
play
am I playing?
both
What
sides.
other side am I playing?
You play both sides.
What's
and it's
the
like,
other side that I'm playing?
I'll partner with all of your enemies. Like I have,
Bro,
I
my
have
life is
all-
my life. Your life is your life. If you want
But
to create
see, you
beef
love
with,
to play both. You love to play both sides. You
I'm
love to play
explaining
both
my
sides.
rationality for one
and
the
it
other.
caused issues in our last event when we had other betting partners and drink partners, and you walked out with it with the betting and the drinks.
Is it
so
illegal
it caused
to wear what
issues.
I'm wearing?
It caused
Come
issues.
on, it's not a. You can't tell me what to wear.
What do you mean?
Well,
what do you mean?
well,
You can't tell
I'm
me
not
what to wear.
Logan.
Yeah, but
he
but
is-
if
Bro,
if
Mike,
they're paying
chill,
us,
chill.
if they're
For
paying
one
us
Second chill.
If they're
No,
paying
but-
us millions of dollars and they say, hey, but we don't want this person to be doing this stuff at the event with a competing
That's
brand.
ridiculous. I couldn't bring in a prime bottle. Like, bro,
But that's the brands. That's the brands getting involved. I have no say in that. I don't give a fuck. But if they request something and they're paying millions of dollars to be the title sponsor,
But the request is this: your brother can't bring a prime bottle into the stadium, and if he does, he will be escorted out by
You wouldn't
security.
be escorted out.
That's ridiculous.
But you have opposed this question.
why do you care? What do you care more about? Going to my event or having a prime bottle in your hand?
I care that it was such a big deal for your team that I'm trying to build a multi-billion-dollar business, and your team, who I see every single day,
At whose
have
event?
an issue with it.
At whose event?
Your event.
Exactly. My event.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, exactly. So respect what's going on at my event.
We should give some context. Jake, you were on Impulsive 2 days ago, and you and your brother got into a passionate discussion back and forth about some issues that I think you've both been keeping in for a while.
Yeah, it's tough. It's just like all a tough situation because our life is in the public spotlight, and I like don't even want to perpetuate it more and like continue to create turmoil or any like weird energies. I look bad because of how he is acting, so it looks like I'm arguing with him, but really I'm more so just setting his ego in line. And this is just me being honest, because I feel like I've just held it in for so many years. Like I'm kind of just speaking my mind more so now, and I like the truth sets you free. But I'm kind of more so I'm not arguing with him. Like I don't want him to look bad, but he almost like can't help himself to look bad. No point. I mean, and then this is what's stupid about it is like I don't know why he put that out. Like I was telling him and his team like, why are you putting this out? No one wins here. And then his team is like clapping like, no, this is great content. Now it's like starting to unravel and like reveal itself, and like clearly he has envy and jealousy towards me, and that's what I told him off camera. And he's like, no, but it like everyone sees it. It's like clear as day. And it's like, why? We're on the same team. I'm not in competition with him. I want him to be a billionaire. I want him to accomplish all of his goals. It's him undermining me and being condescending towards me and trying to little bro me and discrediting everything that I do. And
But where's your breaking point? Like
I think I'm there.
you watch the documentary.
I think I'm there.
You see,
and in the documentary, he was so condescending and still like undermining me the whole entire time.
you get on a plane right after your fight,
yeah.
and the most wild possible. The first thing he says to you as soon as you guys sit down on a plane. I don't know if you want to share that, but personally, I think it's insane. And it's just where's your breaking point? Like
I think I'm at it. I think it was that.
Did you see that picture of when you won your fight against Nate Diaz and everybody's cheering and Logan's sitting there? He looks like a supervillain.
That's what bothers me so much today is the fact that we started all this together as like a team, and we like now don't do really anything together, like actually in terms of like business or building something together. I think that'd be like the coolest thing in the world is to like have some sort of company or something with him. And I've tried so many times, but
you start something good, and then he like creates war within it.
whatever he wants to do. Like I believe there's beef between us still to settle. I want both fighters, win, lose, or draw, either one of them. I want to fight KSI. I want to fight Tommy Fury. Well, what's interesting is like coming back full circle, lots of psychoanalytical similarities between him and Logan. Lots of them. When you read into it, lots of them. Lots of sociopathic tendencies.
What's the next like course of action for you and Logan? Do you sit down and have a f***ing dinner and figure this out? Do you?
Well, he needs to go do ayahuasca like 3 times. That's not like I'm being serious. Like
What?
that's the only answer. Like it is like
Y'all about to go out like the Island Boys.
no.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because he needs an ego death badly. The takeaway is don't be famous and fame and money is the root of all evil, actually, is the takeaway.
Sounds like we're
This is
politicking
crazy. This is crazy, though, because, like, I've stayed silent on, like, my support for George because I didn't want Logan to look bad, but now I'm, like, supporting one of his enemies now, and how is he going to take it? But he's partnered with an enemy, but then, oh, wow, like, let's flip the tables and see how he
Partnered
likes
with
it,
a enemy
and maybe
or
put
all
him
these
through
enemies?
what I'm fucking have to deal with all the time. How do you like it, Paul?
Your Paul.
See, now I'm just fucking going off.
From Jake's point of view, what it feels like, and you're right, it's a great documentary, and as a viewer, unbiasedly, it's great to watch. But from Jake's point of view, what he maybe won't say is that his whole fucking life, Logan has made anything that's great and big for Jake about Logan somehow, one way or another. He makes it about him, and this is supposed to be Jake's big break, where Jake finally gets a documentary about himself, and it's Jake to the world, and this is huge for Jake. And then Jake turns it on, and it's Logan. And it's not just Logan, it's Prime everywhere. And it's not just Prime everywhere, it's Logan talking condescendingly about Jake with these snide little comments in Jake's own documentary.